the one above all. The one above all is the supreme being of the Marvel Multiverse, representing absolute omnipotence and serving as the ultimate authority above all cosmic entities, abstracts, and gods. First implied in Doctor Strange, number 13, in 1976, and directly shown in Sensational Spider-Man, number 40 in 2007. This entity exists outside normal reality and time in a realm called the House of Ideas. The one above all has appeared in mortal form as Jack Kirby, the legendary Marvel artist, breaking the fourth wall in a meta-commentary on creation itself. In the hierarchy of Marvel cosmic beings, even the living tribunal, the second most powerful entity in existence, answers directly to the one above all. This being possesses true omnipotence with no limits to its power, capable of rewriting reality at its most fundamental level. The entity has conversed with both Peter Parker during a moment of crisis and with Thanos near the end of his existence, offering wisdom and perspective. The one above all only intervenes in moments of absolute necessity, serving as the ultimate judge of all creation and representing hope that justice exists at the highest level of reality. The Living Tribunal. The Living Tribunal serves as the second most powerful entity in Marvel's cosmic hierarchy, functioning as a multiversal judge who maintains balance across all realities. First appearing in Strange Tales, number 157 in 1967, this nearly omnipotent being stands taller than galaxies and possesses 3 gold faces on a single head, each representing a different aspect of cosmic judgment, equity, necessity, and vengeance. A fourth face remains blank, symbolizing the unknown future and possibilities yet to come. The Living Tribunal's power is so vast that it once nullified the Infinity Gauntlet's abilities, preventing Adam Warlock from wielding complete control over reality. Only the one above all stands above this cosmic judge in terms of authority and power. The Tribunal can destroy entire universes when necessary to preserve multiversal balance, making decisions that affect trillions of lives without hesitation. During the controversial 2015 Secret Wars event, the Living Tribunal was killed by the Beyonders, an act that caused catastrophic multiversal incursions and nearly destroyed all of existence. This death demonstrated that even near omnipotent beings can fall, though the consequences threatened the entire Marvel multiverse. Eternity. Eternity is an abstract cosmic entity that literally embodies all time and space within the Marvel universe, existing as the physical manifestation of reality itself. First appearing in Strange Tales, number 138 in 1965, Eternity appears as a massive cosmic humanoid whose body contains visible galaxies, stars, nebulae, and all cosmic phenomena swirling within his form. As the twin of Infinity, who represents space, and brother to death and oblivion, Eternity exists as one of the fundamental abstract entities maintaining existence. His body doesn't just contain the universe. He is the universe, with all matter and life existing within him. Eternity possesses near limitless power to manipulate reality, time, and space on a universal scale, though he answers to the Living Tribunal in matters of multiversal importance. He resides in the dimension of manifestations when not manifesting throughout reality. According to the Ultimates comic run from 2015 to 2017, Eternity was once imprisoned by the First Firmament, his predecessor and the original universe, an act that threatened all existence. The entity has fought Thanos multiple times and has granted cosmic awareness to various heroes. Without Eternity, the universe itself cannot exist. Galactus. Galactus, the devourer of worlds, is a cosmic force of nature who survived the big crunch of the previous universe and was reborn in the current reality. Originally a mortal explorer named Galen from the planet Ta, he was transformed during his universe's collapse and emerged as a godlike entity in our cosmos. First appearing in Fantastic Four number 48 in 1966, Galactus stands typically 28 feet tall, but can alter his size to planetary scale depending on his needs. He must consume the life energy of entire planets to survive, a hunger that drives him across the universe in his iconic purple and blue armor with distinctive fin-like helmet protrusions. Galactus wields the power cosmic, granting him near limitless energy manipulation abilities that vary in strength based on how recently he is fed. To find suitable worlds, he employs heralds like the Silver Surfer, imbuing them with portions of his power. Over millions of years, Galactus has consumed thousands of worlds across the universe. His role isn't purely destructive. He prevents the overpopulation of celestial beings and maintains cosmic balance. According to Marvel lore, his death would release an entity far more dangerous than himself, making his existence necessary despite the destruction he causes: the Celestials. The Celestials are impossibly ancient cosmic beings who stand approximately 2,000 feet tall in their distinctive armor and have shaped life across the universe through genetic experiments spanning millions of years. First appearing in Eternals #1 in 1976, created by legendary artist Jack Kirby, these godlike entities predate most pantheons and possess the ability to manipulate matter and energy at the molecular level. The Celestials were created by the first firmament through means still not fully understood, and they operate in groups called hosts when visiting planets. Notable members include Arishem the Judge, who evaluates planetary civilizations, Exitar the Executioner, who destroys failed worlds, and Tiamut the Dreaming Celestial, who was buried beneath Earth. Each Celestial features unique armor designs in various colors, including gold, red, black, and blue, with geometric patterns and cosmic energy emanating from their massive forms. The Celestials conducted experiments on early Earth, creating both the Eternals and the Deviants, and their genetic tampering established the potential for superpowered mutations in humanity. Their fourth host nearly destroyed Earth until convinced otherwise by the Eternals. Even Odin, one of the most powerful Skyfather-level gods, required destroying his own enchanted armor to fight them to a standstill, demonstrating their position in the cosmic hierarchy. Odin, the all-father of the Asgardian gods and king of Asgard, stands as the most powerful being in the Norse pantheon within Marvel Comics, wielding the mystical Odin force that rivals cosmic entities in raw power. First appearing in Journey into Mystery number 85 in 1962, Odin is depicted as an elderly but mighty warrior with a distinctive white beard and missing right eye, which he traded for cosmic wisdom in accordance with Norse mythology. He rules the 9 realms from his golden throne in Asgard, carrying the enchanted spear Gungnir and wearing golden armor with a blue cape. In his youth, Odin conquered the 9 realms alongside his daughter Hela, defeating threats including the fire demon Surtur and the frost giant king Laufey. His power is so vast that he once lifted the Midgard serpent that encircles the entire Earth and fought the Celestials to a standstill, though this required destroying his mystical armor. Odin created the worthiness enchantment on his son Thor's hammer Mjolnir, ensuring only the pure of heart could wield it. However, his power comes with a significant weakness. He must periodically enter the Odin's Leap to recharge his energy, leaving Asgard vulnerable. His death in the comics led to catastrophic events, including the serpent breaking free from imprisonment. Zeus, the Skyfather of the Olympian gods and ruler of Mount Olympus, commands power comparable to Odin and other pantheon leaders in the Marvel Universe. First appearing in Venus number 5 in 1949, with his modern characterization established in Thor Annual number 8 in 1979, Zeus rules from Mount Olympus, which exists in a pocket dimension separate from Earth. The king of the Greek and Roman pantheon in Marvel wields lightning bolts as his primary weapons and possesses physical strength that rivals the Hulk during their encounters. Zeus is the father of Hercules, who frequently serves alongside the Avengers, carrying on his father's legacy of heroism, though their relationship remains complicated by Zeus's arrogance and pride. As a Skyfather level entity, Zeus has survived devastating conflicts, including the battle against Amatsu Mikaboshi, the Japanese Chaos God, though he was seemingly killed during the Chaos War event before eventually returning to life. Zeus has fought against other powerful entities, including the Egyptian elder god Atum, demonstrating the conflicts that arise between different pantheons. His immortality doesn't make him invulnerable. Sufficiently powerful cosmic forces can kill him, as proven during the Chaos War. Zeus is characterized by his arrogance, numerous affairs with mortals, and sometimes volatile temperament, though he genuinely cares for protecting both Olympus and Earth from existential threats. The Phoenix Force. The Phoenix Force is an immortal cosmic entity that embodies the concepts of life, death, and rebirth throughout the universe, serving as the nexus of all psionic energy across every timeline in existence. First implied in X-Men number 101 in 1976 and fully revealed in the same issue, the Phoenix Force manifests as a massive, flaming bird or raptor composed of cosmic fire in brilliant orange and gold colors. This ancient entity predates the current universe and cannot be permanently destroyed. It always resurrects itself, living up to its mythological namesake. The Phoenix seeks hosts to experience physical existence, with its most famous bonding occurring with Jean Grey, creating the Dark Phoenix, who destroyed the Debari star system and killed billions of inhabitants. The entity can resurrect the dead, manipulate matter and energy on universal scales, and rewrite reality through its hosts, though it becomes corrupted when bonded with imperfect vessels. Beyond Jean Grey, the Phoenix has bonded with Rachel Summers, Hope Summers, and was temporarily split among 5 X-Men, including Cyclops, Emma Frost, Namor, Colossus, and Magik during the Avengers vs. X-Men event. The Phoenix resides in a realm called the White Hot Room, existing between life and death. Its corruption of Jean Grey led to one of Marvel's most iconic storylines and her heroic sacrifice, while its return to Earth sparked the massive Avengers vs. X-Men conflict. Dormammu. Dormammu is the tyrannical ruler of the Dark Dimension, a demonic cosmic entity composed entirely of mystical energy who has served as Doctor Strange's most persistent and dangerous enemy since first appearing in Strange Tales, number 126 in 1964. This being has no true physical form, instead manifesting as a humanoid figure with a flaming head displaying purple, orange, and red flames with only glowing eyes visible within the inferno. Dormammu was originally a mortal wizard who transformed himself into pure mystical energy, eventually conquering the Dark Dimension and becoming nearly omnipotent within his realm. He shares rule of the Dark Dimension with his sister Umar, though their relationship is characterized by rivalry and conflict. Dormammu draws power from worship and from the hundreds of dimensions he has conquered over eons, constantly seeking to expand his domain by merging Earth with the Dark Dimension. Within his own realm, Dormammu possesses near limitless power and commands armies of mindless ones, conquered beings transformed into servants. However, his power diminishes significantly when manifesting outside the Dark Dimension, a weakness Doctor Strange has exploited repeatedly. During their first encounter, Strange defeated Dormammu by trapping him in a time loop, forcing the demon to bargain for release. Dormammu can grant portions of his power to servants like Baron Mordo, and he has even fought against eternity itself, demonstrating his cosmic-level threat potential. Shuma-Gorath. Shuma-Gorath is a Lovecraftian elder god and primordial chaos entity that predates the current universe, appearing as a gigantic tentacled eye and ruling hundreds of dimensions across the multiverse. First appearing in Marvel Premiere number 10 in 1973, created by Steve Englehart and Frank Brunner. This being is one of the many angled ones, elder beings, that existed before the current reality was formed. Shuma-Gorath manifests as a massive, single green eye surrounded by multiple writhing tentacles, with reality itself warping around its presence and scale larger than entire buildings. According to Marvel's history, Shuma-Gorath ruled Earth during the Hyborian Age before being banished through the combined efforts of the time-traveling sorcerer Sisa-Neg and the Ancient One working together across timelines. The entity feeds on chaos and life force, growing stronger through the destruction it causes, and it cannot be permanently killed. Even when destroyed, it eventually reforms in its home dimension. Shuma-Gorath can possess mortals, creating chaos-corrupted servants who spread its influence across realities. The creature gained additional recognition through prominent appearances in the Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game series, introducing it to wider audiences beyond comic readers. Its existence represents the Lovecraftian horror elements within Marvel's cosmic hierarchy, demonstrating that threats existed before gods like Odin and Zeus, with its banishment requiring the cooperation of multiple powerful sorcerers working across different time periods. Cyttorak. Cyttorak is a demon god of destruction and chaos, who exists primarily in his own dimension, called the Crimson Cosmos, and serves as the source of the Juggernaut's unstoppable power. First mentioned in X-Men number 12 in 1965, Cyttorak grants his abilities through mystical artifacts containing the Crimson Gem of Cyttorak, which transforms chosen avatars into nearly invincible champions. The most famous recipient is Cain Marko, Charles Xavier's stepbrother, who discovered the gem in a Korean temple and became the Juggernaut with unstoppable momentum and incredible durability. Cyttorak draws strength from the destruction caused by his avatars, growing more powerful as they rampage across reality, creating a symbiotic relationship between god and champion. Within his dimension, Cyttorak appears as a massive demon with horns, though he rarely takes direct action, preferring to work through his chosen champions on Earth. His magical power rivals that of Skyfather-level entities, and he has fought other Dimension Lords like Dormammu for supremacy across the multiverse. When Cain Marko doubted his devotion, Cyttorak briefly chose Colossus of the X-Men as a new avatar, demonstrating his willingness to abandon champions who fail to cause sufficient destruction. The entity is worshipped by a cult in Korea, where his temple contains the original Crimson Gem, and his influence represents the danger mortals face when seeking godly power without understanding the consequences. The Beyonder. The Beyonder is a cosmic entity from the Beyond Realm who instigated the original Secret Wars event and was initially presented as the most powerful being in the Marvel Universe, surpassing even cosmic abstracts. First appearing in Secret Wars number 1 in 1984, the Beyonder demonstrated near-omnipotent abilities by creating Battleworld, a patchwork planet where he transported heroes and villains to study the nature of good versus evil. The entity manifested in human form with curly black hair and distinctive white clothing, displaying childlike curiosity about the Marvel Universe despite possessing godlike power that allowed him to defeat Galactus, multiple Celestials, and cosmic abstracts simultaneously. The Beyonder's origin has undergone controversial retcons over the decades. Originally presented as truly omnipotent, he was later revealed to be an inhuman mutant hybrid who had become a cosmic cube, then re-retconned to being an infant member of the Beyonder race. During the 2015 Secret Wars event, the Beyonder was killed by Molecule Man, and the death of the Living Tribunal was attributed to the actions of the Beyonder race. The character represents Marvel's struggle with power escalation, as editorial teams grappled with a character presented as having no limits. His power level during the original Secret Wars suggested complete omnipotence with reality-warping abilities that exceeded all previously established cosmic entities combined. Amatsu Mikaboshi. Amatsu Mikaboshi is the Japanese chaos god and embodiment of primordial void that existed before the current universe, opposing creation itself with the goal of returning all existence to its original state of nothingness. First appearing in Thor, Blood Oath number 6 in 2005, this entity has opposed the Amatsu Kami, the Japanese pantheon, since the beginning of creation in Marvel's cosmology. Amatsu Mikaboshi is a shapeshifter with no true form, appearing either as a shadowy humanoid figure with glowing eyes surrounded by black and purple chaos energy, or as an attractive Japanese man when disguising his nature. During the devastating Chaos War event in 2010, Amatsu Mikaboshi nearly destroyed all pantheons and absorbed thousands of gods and alien deities, gaining their powers and escalating his threat level to rival even eternity. The Chaos God killed Zeus during this conflict, demonstrating that even Skyfather-level deities were vulnerable to his absorption abilities. Amatsu Mikaboshi was ultimately defeated through the combined efforts of Hercules, who wielded the powers of dead gods and the strategic planning of Amadeus Cho, though the entity was banished rather than destroyed. His defeat required pooling the abilities of multiple pantheons and cosmic heroes. The character represents Eastern mythology, given equal prominence alongside Western pantheons in Marvel's cosmic hierarchy, with his reality-consuming abilities posing an existential threat that required universe-wide cooperation to stop. Null. Null is the primordial god of symbiotes and deity of darkness who existed before light entered the universe, awakening in rage when the Celestials brought illumination to the cosmos. First fully appearing in Venom number 3 in 2018, designed by writer Donny Cates and artist Ryan Stegman, Null created the first symbiote weapon called All Black the Necrosword by manifesting it from his own shadow. This ancient being predates the Celestials and proved his power by decapitating a Celestial with his Necrosword, with the severed head eventually becoming Nowhere, the space station scene in Guardians of the Galaxy. Null appears in pitch-black armor with a distinctive red spiral symbol on his chest, flowing white hair, and red eyes, surrounded by living darkness and commanding symbiote dragons. He created the entire symbiote race as extensions of his will, controlling them as a hive mind across the universe. Null was eventually imprisoned by his own symbiote creations when they rebelled against his tyranny, with the symbiote planet Clintar serving as his prison for millennia. The god Gore, the god Butcher, wielded All Black the Necrosword in his campaign against deities, unknowingly using Null's weapon. During the recent King in Black event, Null freed himself and invaded Earth, requiring the combined forces of the Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and other heroes to defeat him, with his death fundamentally changing the symbiote hive mind forever. Atom. Atom, also known as Demogorge the God Eater, is an elder god of Earth and son of Gaia, the Mother Earth, created specifically to destroy the corrupt elder gods that threatened the planet in its prehistoric past. First appearing as Atom in Doctor Strange number 11 in 1975, and as Demogorge in Thor Annual number 10 in 1982, this entity transforms between a golden humanoid form and a monstrous reptilian shape with multiple heads when consuming divine beings. Atom was born for a singular purpose: to combat Set, Chthon, and other elder gods who had become corrupted and threatened Earth's development. In his Demogorge form, Atom consumed nearly all elder gods of Earth during prehistoric times, allowing only those who remained pure like Gaia and Ashtur to survive. After purging the corruption, Atom became the Egyptian sun god Ra, incorporating sun god powers that make him nearly invincible when on Earth. The entity awakens from dormancy only when gods threaten Earth's existence, serving as the planet's self-defense mechanism against divine threats. Atom has fought the Olympian gods when they invaded Earth and has clashed with other pantheons throughout history. His ability to devour gods and absorb their power makes him uniquely dangerous to divine beings, and modern awakenings of Demogorge always signal universe-ending danger requiring immediate intervention from Earth's heroes and remaining benevolent pantheons. If you want to see more, click the video on screen now.